The Vigilant, developed by the British Vickers-Armstrong Company in the mid-1950s, was an anti-tank missile that entered service in 1963. It was the first generation of portable single-soldier anti-tank missiles in the UK. Similar to most early anti-tank missiles, the Vigilant used wire-guided control. The missile was housed in a rectangular metal box, which also served as a transport container. The top of the box had a launch rail, where the missile was suspended. The box could be opened at the bottom and fixed to act as a support, allowing the launcher to be at a certain angle. The missile weighed 14 kilograms, was 1.07 meters long, and had a diameter of 12 centimeters. It had a probe-tipped warhead with impact fuse. The heat warhead had an effective penetration depth of over 550 mm against homogeneous steel armor, making it effective against various types of tanks in the world at that time. A Swiss company developed another type of warhead for the missile, which had a blunt head. The missile was equipped with a solid fuel rocket motor at the rear, allowing it to reach a maximum flight speed of 156 meters per second. The gunner operated a missile control device that could be held with both hands. The device had its own battery and a 3.2x optical sight. The gunner held the device with both hands, similar to aiming a submachine gun, and observed through the handle. The front handle housed the missile launch trigger, while the rear handle was the control lever. The gunner continuously adjusted the missile's flight attitude based on the observed trajectory. The control device was connected to the missile launcher by a 63-meter cable, allowing the gunner to operate from a safe distance from the launcher. The guidance wire for the missile was connected inside the launcher, with a length of 1375 meters, which also determined the missile's effective range. The missile was launched at an angle, with a minimum attack distance of 200 meters. However, the missile could be controlled and adjusted in flight after traveling 60 meters. In terms of the first-generation anti-tank missile capabilities, the Vigilant's performance was average. At that time, the level of various countries was similar, and soldiers found it difficult to control and guide the Vigilant accurately. A vehicle-mounted version of the Vigilant was developed and installed on the Ferret armored car or the Land Rover armored car, with 2 launchers on each vehicle. The designers also developed a new controller that allowed one operator to sequentially operate 6 missiles for continuous fire. Finland, Switzerland, and the United States, among other countries, purchased the Vigilant. A U.S. company was granted production authorization, and the version produced for the U.S. Marine Corps was known as the Clevite rounds. The Vigilant had a relatively short service life in the British military and was replaced by more advanced anti-tank missiles in the 1960s.